Hello everyone. Um, I want to welcome you to my new video, Earth Magic Part 2. And in this video, I'm going to basically cover recipes that, where you use fruits and vegetables, basically anything consumable. Teas, paste, you know, soups, stuff like that. And I did another video, Earth Magic Part 1, where I covered some stuff and I told myself and any of the viewers that I would do a part 2. So here's my part 2 of Earth Magic, and like I said, I'm going to be focused on consumables. So let's get started. And first of all, I want to say that anything that I may tell you be good for certain stuff, I don't mean to like replace going to the doctors with any of this stuff, because this is just to help. Like some stuff could help along, like little aches and pains and stuff like that, like a certain tea or a certain paste, but it's not recommended to replace like a over-the-counter medicine or a trip to the doctor or something like that. I would not, recommend that. This is just for, like a little toothache, a little headache, something like that. But I covered a little bit about that in a blog post, so you guys can check that out on my website and my blog. I will have the link to that at the bottom of this video. So let me get into this video. I'm going to focus on, like I said, I'm going to focus on a couple teas, a couple pastes. I want to give a recipe for a soup or two, maybe, that where it could help in aiding or obtaining certain stuff. And this stuff would be like, using fresh vegetables and, spices and herbs and stuff like that, because a lot of this recipes and stuff like that is, is basically for, at home use. I wouldn't recommend giving this to like a random stranger or something like that. But if you're feeling a certain way and I say a recipe that might have worked for me or something, then you could feel free to use that recipe if you're feeling in the same way. But these recipes could be used as like what I would say a spell or whatever you want to call it. Like the teas could be used as like spells or potions or whatever, but the more for yourself or for like family and everything. But just like any other spell, I wouldn't use it unless on anybody else, unless you had their permission, because you should never do a spell or anything on anybody without their permission. So with that said, let's get into this video, and the things I'm going to mention to you I have written down on my cell phone. So I'm going to get started with a soup recipe that I actually prepared myself, and it turned out very, very good. And this soup recipe uses all vegetables. There's no meat at all, and this is to help gain protection. And like I said, if you feel like there's a lot of negativity following you and stuff like that, or following your family, you can prepare this soup and give it to your family, and help gain protection over your family. And the soup starts off with a base that consists of tomatoes, turnips, leeks, rhubarb, radish, onions, and garlic. But I made this soup, I couldn't find rhubarb, so I just replaced rhubarb with carrot. But or if there's anything I listed in one of these recipes that you might be allergic to, and if you feel like you want to try, just send me a comment and I can give you a list of things that a certain ingredient can be replaced with. Okay, so back to the soup. That was the base, and what you do is you chop up all your vegetables and everything, and you basically cook them down until it starts producing a liquid and everything is all nice and tender. Then you puree it in either a blender or a food processor, and you add it back to the pot, and then you get into your spices, which I use dill, cinnamon, salt, pepper, parsley, lime zest, rosemary, and sage, And I also added a can of cannellini beans, which I used in the base. Like the whole can, I didn't drain it or anything. I just used it in the base and pureed all that up together. You add it back to your pot. That's when you add all your spices and you cook it down about, 10-15 minutes, long enough for the spices to marry together with the soup, and, and then you serve it up however you want. And like I said, this is a soup that is good for, to gain protection. And I also have a tea. It's a very simple tea. It's to help with courage and strength. And all you need is your typical black tea. You need some ground ginger or fresh ginger that you can, let it soak up in your tea. And, any sweetener you want. I use honey because it's more natural. And like I say, you just brew your tea, you add your ginger, your honey, or whatever to sweeten it. And, consume-wise, now I won't say hot, but warm. Drink it while it's warm. And that's the tea that you can use right there. I have a couple other things on here. I have a couple pastes I want to talk about. I have a salad. Now this salad is to help promote healing, and it's very simple to make. All you need is some apples, cucumbers, blackberries, and some mint leaves. You can dice all your vegetables up and you toss it in with the blueberries and the mint leaves. Something nice and refreshing. You can make it any time of the year where they have, blackberries are still available, cucumbers and apples, fresh mint leaves. It's very refreshing, crisp. That is to promote healing. Quick and easy salad. And this one I'm about to tell you, it's out there. It's what I call an exorcism tea, and that's for anybody who feels like they're, not possessed, but like had a lot of negativity following them. They want to rid themselves of that. So if you feel like that, or anybody like that, all you need is black tea for to start off with, and take a peach. You can skin it, dice it up, and let that steep in with the tea, and then you add basil, mint, black pepper, and rosemary, and just muddle all that up together, add it to the tea, and then you consume it, you drink it. And that also helps with ridding yourself of negativity and things like that. But I call it my exorcism tea because a lot of these ingredients are used in exorcisms in different cultures and different parts of the world. The basil, the mint, the peach, the pepper, and the rosemary. All I did was take those common things that's used in exorcisms, and I added, if I add this to a black tea, it's basically the same thing that it could be used for. So that tea, and I have a paste, and this paste can help you maintain health. And what you want to do is take some thyme, some nutmeg, caraway if you can, and some walnuts. Crush all that stuff up together, get it as fine as possible. And then the base that I normally use for my paste is honey, because it's more natural. But some people out there don't like the taste of honey, so you can use like maple syrup or agave syrup. Or if you don't like those, you could even use peanut butter, as the base, or whatever you choose to use as your base, use that. But then, like I said, you add the thyme, the nutmeg, the caraway, the walnuts, chop it all together, mix it up, add some honey, and eat it. And I have one here to help obtain longevity, and it's also a paste. And this one, you actually use a really good maple syrup, none of that cheap stuff, and sage, lemon, and peach. Like I say, you can chop up peaches into little bite-sized pieces, And if you're able to get lavender, you can use lavender as well, but that's optional, because if you use lavender, you want it to be fresh, like freshly picked lavender, none of that dry stuff. And like I said, this is a paste where, you know, the actual base is the maple syrup. So this is for longevity, to obtain longevity. And like I said, the first soup I said was for protection. I have one. This is another paste that's used for boosting the immune system. And all you need is some mint leaves, some honey, and just a few drops of water. And what you do is you get yourself anything to help muddle up the water, just a few drops and some mint leaves, muddle it all up together, add a little bit of honey to it, you know, make it into a paste and eat it. You know, a lot of these are very simple, but you know, they really work. I mean, if you guys want to give them a try, they really work. And also I have another soup, and this is a soup to help attract love. But like I said, you can't use this soup to help attract the person you love to you. You know, this is just like to attract love into your life. You know what I mean? Like if you're lonely or whatever, you always feel like you can't find that one, or you're missing love. And you know, this is a soup that you can eat to help attract love to you. And the base of this soup starts off with tomatoes and peas, leeks, and cherries. And you know, like I said, you cook all that down and you puree it. That's your base. And then the spices that you want to add to this is rosemary, thyme, salt, chili pepper, and basil. And all those spices there, you know, are commonly used in like attract love spells. So you add all those spices in, and just like the other soup, you let it simmer, you know, a few minutes, 10-15 minutes, and then, you know, you dish it up. And you know, all these things that's used for the base of the soup, you know, is also used, you know, to attract love and stuff. But yeah, but with that said, like, most of these things are, you know, they're good for you, even if they weren't to attract love or to help you gain protection and stuff like that. These soups, simple dishes, prepare for your family, for yourself, or whatever. But a lot of this stuff I chose to use because I've been doing a lot of getting to learn shamanism and stuff like that, because I come from a shamanic background, so I've been trying to learn. And I know that they used a lot of stuff like that, like herbs, spices, fruits, and vegetables and stuff, and they use that as like to prepare dishes and sometimes teas and pastes like that to help, you know, with their problems that they had. And you know, like, I'm not gonna sit here, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the one to always, you know, run to a doctor for anything, but I've been trying to, you know, practice more with these shamanic, you know, spells and stuff like that. And my easiest way to do it is incorporate it into foods and stuff like that. So yeah, but like I said, if there's anything that I mentioned and you guys, you know, your viewers, you know, feel like you want to try it or anything, that's good. And like I said, if there's anything listed that you might be allergic to or you don't like the taste of or something, just leave me a comment and I will definitely, you know, give you a list of different stuff that the things could be replaced with. And also, like I said, I did a blog post that's also titled Earth Magic Part 2, but I didn't go in depth with soups and the salads and stuff like that. I gave a couple teas and a couple pastes just for my blog, so if you guys want to check that out to read the different things that I have on there, that's fine. But you know, I really felt like I really want to reach you guys out with that, because I don't think a lot of people realize that, Like, you know, you can incorporate the different herbs and spices, fruits and vegetables into your dishes. And you ever make a cup of tea or fix a salad or easy soup or something, you just throw it together when you're feeling a certain way, you start adding this ingredient, that ingredient, you don't know why. Really, in the end, by the time you finish that dish and you end up eating it, you feel better about whatever it is you was going through, whether you were sick or you feeling negative, or you know what I mean. There's a lot of emotions all over the place. You really don't know why you feeling that way, and here you is just making a random dish that is, you know, I feel like that is your spirit guides pushing you to a spell that they know is going to help you feel better, even if you're not realizing it yourself. And those recipes that I just gave you, the exorcism tea, I sort of came up with myself because sometimes I feel negative, and sometimes, like my wife, you know, her cousin or somebody like that, they feel negative. I feel like, you know, that maybe this tea will help. There's something I came up with. But the soups, the salads, the paste, I came up with the help of my spirit guides. So, you know, I trust them and everything they tell me, as everybody should, because they're here to help us. And like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like I said, if you have any comments, if you view this video, if you have any comments, let me know. Like I said, just for dinner this evening, I prepared the protection soup, and it turned out wonderful, lovely. And you know, with that said, I'm surprised that this video got done this year, because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I'll put stuff off. I knew I did Earth Magic Part 1, but I wasn't really expecting to do Earth Magic Part 2 this year. But when I started playing around with these, you know, recipes, I felt like, you know, I want to reach out to my viewers and let you guys know about this stuff. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you try some of these recipes. And I have a notebook with more recipes in there, so once I find that notebook, I may do another video with more recipes and, you know, teas and paste, whatever I got, you know what I mean. But everybody loves food. That's another reason why I did this, you know, video, so that way, you know, you guys can incorporate this stuff and serve it up, you know, friends, family, or whatever. When you're feeling a certain way, they might be feeling the same way you are. So I hope you guys enjoy, and until next time, I'm gonna reach out to you guys again soon, hopefully with another video and a blog post with more recipes, and I hope you guys enjoyed them as well. But until next time, take care, peace, light, and cosmic love. Thank you for viewing.